And we have reached our last video. So we are going to be looking at saving our scene state. As discussed before, when I switch from scene to scene, whatever whenever we go into a new scene, that scene is loaded as its default. So if I went around in scene 1 of our project and I collected these potions and I spoke to her, hold on, okay. If I spoke to her, when I came back to the scene, these would reappear and she'd be back to her default dialogue. So we need something that's going to manage that for us. I'm going to create here our scene manager. So I just want to create an empty game object, put SM, and reset it. And I have an SM script that I'm going to put on it. All right, so this is going to be the manager that's going to save and load our states. I think at this point we could just open it and get started. All right. Get rid of that for now. I want to create a list of things. I want that the system dot serializable. I'm going to create a public class, and I'm going to say that this is what we want to track for the items. Item tracking. All right. And the two things I want to track are the actual object of the item. So public like game object item object, so that I can activate it and deactivate it as needed. And I also need to check public bool selected equals false by default. Okay, so we're going to find if the object has been collected or not and which object it is. And now I can come down here and say public list, and there we go. Nicely done. That's the first one. Now we want the NPCs. So system serializable. No. No. Oh. There we go. System serializable. And this is a public class. And let's call it NPC tracking. This one's going to be a little bit more tricky than the last one, because when we're going to save our items, I'm saving it as a binary file on the hard drive somewhere. And I can save bools, I can save ints, I can save floats, and I can save strings. I cannot save other things that are not serializable, which I can't save the actual dialogue, the dialogue SO that needs to be saved. So that dialogue has a name to it, and a name is a string. So I can save that. I want to find out which, so I want to find public string, and I'm going to call it dialogue. Next, I want, how do I track this to the NPC? I will say public NPC NPC track. Okay. I can just copy and NPCs. All right, so this is going to help us with our tracking. And there's a couple other things I'm going to have to add to both the NPC and to the item, the objects. So I now need to set up some sort of data file that can be saved. What I'm going to be doing here for my saving system, I got this from a Brackeys tutorial. So I'm going to need system serializable, and this is public class, and I'll call it scene data. It's going to need a public, what are we doing? Bool as an array, and I'll call that also collected. It's also going to need a public string, and that's an array of dialogues. It's going to need a constructor. So public scene data and complete it for me. No? Darn. Oh, now it wants, there we go. Let's just alter some stuff. I don't want this. I want to bring in the scene manager itself. The scene manager has these things in it. I just want to bring those in. And once I bring those in, I need to now grab this information and convert what I need into these two things. So I'm going to say for we're going to for each are a 4. Still for loop. The SM dot will do the items first. Items dot count. Before we do that, I need to say that collected equals new bool of that, and it's going to be a new bool of this. Now for I, so I'm going to need to say that collected I, not bool, is this I dot collected. Good stuff. So C, so V. Dialogues. Dialogues I'm going to get from NPCs. Copy that, paste that. And dialogues I equal to, why is that? Oh, it's not a bool, it's a string. Yes. So NPCs, do that. And I want to grab the dialogue dot name. Oops. Oh, you're not a string. Sorry. You are a your dialogue SO. That's what you are. The dialogue dot name. Save. Okay, so it's going to get the dialogues and it's going to get the name of that dialogue because I put it in a resources folder, which means I can get it back from the resources folder by its name. All right, that will save everything. I want to do a, does it have a public? No, void save data. And I want to do a void load data. Let's do a start our way. We do awake and awake. Now I'm going to need a couple of extra things up here. Using system.io is one of them. And using system dot runtime dot serialization dot formatters dot binary. Good. I actually remembered it without looking at a script. All right, so I have those two things. Up here, I also want to create, nope, not in there, sorry. In here, I'm going to create a formatter. Audio formatter, oh, no, not audio. Binary formatter, and I'll just call it formatter, and it's equal to new binary formatter. Simple. And then I want a string, which is going to be my path. And that's going to be empty for now. The formatter, I can do new binary formatter, but I can't do this part. So this part is going to be, I have to do it in await, I think. So path equals application dot forget what it was again. It's persistent data path. There it is. So persistent data path dot no plus. Okay, and I also need, so I need a bracket, and I'm going to call this the scene name. So I need using Unity engine dot scene management. Okay, so I have that plus, now I need the scene's name. So this is the scene manager, not scene changer. Scene manager dot get active scene, that's a method, dot name. Plus, and let's just call it dot scn for scene. All right. So our path and our formatter, in Brackeys, he does it here he does it twice. He does the formatter and the path in here and in here. Since it doesn't change, I can use a formatter twice, and I can use the path twice. I don't need that. What I do need, though, is my stream, which is TREAM. What is the stream called again? That part I don't remember. I need setup. When in doubt. File stream. Stream can be equal to a new file stream, and that's going to take in the path and a file mode. Nope, almost said it. File mode dot create. Okay. This one also needs a stream as well. but this also needs a if file dot exists path, and then I can do this. Or I can do if that return, and then I don't need these. Okay. Sorry about that delay. All right. So I have a stream, and I now need to put the data into the stream. So I will then say that the scene data, call it data, is equal to new scene data. And I'm going to pass in the script. Okay, so stream dot serial, no, I need to format it first. Formatter dot serialize the stream and the path data. Stream close. Okay, and I did another tutorial and totally forgot about this stream close down here. So let me not forget it this time. Stick it in there for now. Okay, I've got my stream not create open. And then I need my formatter. Now I need to put it into a data file. So scene data equal to, then I grab the formatter, and the formatter is going to unserialize it. So not unserialize, deserialize stream as a scene data. Okay. If the data is not empty, so I'm just going to check if data is not null, then I can do something here. Actually, I can close the stream up here, I believe. Finish with it. I've already got the data. So if the data is null, return. And then I don't need these. Trying to be nice and neat. All right. I've got a bunch of stuff. I now need to check through my lists. These lists and update these things. So I'm going to do a for, I'll use a for loop. And I'm going to say data dot, let's do our collected first. dot length. Okay, and I can now go into my what do you call it again? Items dot items I dot collected equal to the data dot collected I. That's going to update my list according to what's in there. This one now is going to update, but this is a trickier one. This one is going to be updating the dialogue. That's the dialogues, and this is the NPCs, but I need to get an item. I'm going to get it from the resources folder. So this is the NPCs dot dialogues dot dialogue. It's equal to resources dot load. I believe I tell it what I'm looking for is a dialog SO, and the folder I'm looking for it in is where it is sources dialogues slash nope, string. This is string. Let's put this on new line. All this on new line. Dialogues slash, and the name of the dialogue is going to be data dot dialogues dot I semicolon. That should work. Okay. So when our level starts, I don't want to do awake, because some items might not be awake yet, might not be initialized yet. So I want to do a start. So at start, I'm going to do load game. Load data. Save. And I am actually just shy of half an hour, and I still got some more stuff to do. So what I've done here is that I have, when I start up, I'm going to say load data. It's going to check, does the file for that scene exist? If it does, then let's go and open that path. Let's get the data from it and then close the path. With the data, if the data is empty, then don't do anything. Data shouldn't be empty. If it found the path, it found the data. So I should even need that. Yeah, I should even need that. Now, in the data, I'm going to look at whether potion's been collected. I'm going to go through all of those collected potions that it finds. In the items list up here, I am changing its collected to whatever's in the data. If it didn't find anything else, whatever's in the data would just be the default stuff. Like if I never collected it, what's saved is collected equals false. So that never changes. The dialogues also gets the string from the dialogues. Then I go to the NPC dialogues and I have to look in the resources folder, load a dialog SO from a folder called dialogues of the string that is stored. And we can store the name of the dialogue. Sorry, but my chat just had an idiot arrive, and I'm going to put the user in the timeout. Right. Okay. So at this point now, the dialogues and the collectibles are going to be loaded from a scene file. What I need to do next is I'm going to run through this list of items and the list of NPCs. And so, for instance, the items, I can say for each, and let's grab our items. So this is after I've loaded. And we've got our item tracking. So for each of these in item tracking, item T, I'm going to say item T dot, no, item T dot, I want the actual object, and I'm going to set its set active to equal to whatever's in there. So item T dot collected. So it goes and finds that item and it sets it to be true or to be visible or not visible. The NPC now. So for each, and this is the NPCs. So for each of those NPCs, I am going to, what is it? NPC tracking. Let's just call it NPC. So the NPC dot dialogue, no, NPC tracked dot dialogue is going to be equal to the NPC dot dialogue. Okay, so it goes and finds all the NPCs and it will switch their dialogue out for whatever dialogue was saved. Those two parts there are going to be for our loading. When I come back, I have to, I'm going to do the actual scene changer. And the scene changer is the one that's going to be calling the saving of the data. And that part of it, I'm going to do in another video. So I was supposed to be finished on this video, but there will be one more to come. Okay, that is it. And I will see you guys in the next one.